Introducing the ExpertArcher dashboard. This is a system that allows club record officers to have some easy access to their club members' scores. So there are various clubs who some or all of their members use ExpertArcher, and if all of those archers have the same club name set up in their settings, then the record officer can start to see the scores that they're producing. The way they do that, if you sign up as a patron for ExpertArcher, this will be enabled and you can log into dashboard.expertarcher.com with your same email address and password that you use for ExpertArcher. When you come into the dashboard, there's a couple of things set up in the profile. You'll see here I've got a fake club name set up here, and you don't need an API key requested from me. Once you set up your club name, stick in a default round and choose a default time period and press save, that will magically create an API key which matches your club name. So this is obviously a fake one, so I'm going to pause the video in a second to switch that to a real one so I can show you the rest of the functionality. The main page gives you a little tiny bit of information on what each menu option does, but we'll have a look at them. So we've seen profile already. You've got handicaps, records, scores. Now I am showing you data for the archers at Overton Black Arrows, my club. It's all publicly available on our website anyway. So if you look at the handicaps, this is pulling the handicap data out of their ExpertArcher records. It takes a little while, but it pulls out all of the handicap records. And this is as accurate as their setup is on ExpertArcher. So it may be that some of them have changed age, but they haven't changed their age in ExpertArcher. Some of them have changed bow style, but they haven't changed their bow style. So there's a little bit of interaction you have to do with your club members. But it tells you basically the initial handicap for the year and their current handicap for the year. So you can see who's improved over the period. So that's the first one. On all of them, you've got a little drop down here where I can start to filter the records by name, gender, bow style, age class. And up here, there's 3 buttons. PDF will choose a PDF. CSV will dump it as a CSV. And URL will give me a link that I can use to embed into a web page, for instance. That's handicaps. Records is similar, and it pulls out the high scores for the round that you've selected. In this case, still a Portsmouth. Again, you can filter by a whole bunch of different options, and again, you've got the 3 buttons up there. Next, scores. So this is same, is now looking at the raw scores people have submitted. This one is doing it for all time at the moment. So you'll see there's a whole bunch of scores that someone like Rob Aldridge has put in over the last year. And the final section here is competitions. So by being able to see the scores, you can start to say to your club, okay, we're going to run a Portsmouth every month, and I want you to enter your scores in ExpertArcher, and I can have a look at them. So you can have a look at them as a records officer and do whatever you want with them. The competition is slightly different. What happens here is, let's suppose I want to run a postal competition across users of ExpertArcher across the country. So this enables you to do that. What you can do is request a code for your competition, and in here you put in a date, event, organizer, location, round. So you can choose a round, arrows per end, and that will give you a code. I won't do one because I've got lots sitting around, which you can then give to archers to say, when you score your round, use this code. And the code does 2 things. If you notice on the latest versions of ExpertArcher, there are now 3 buttons down the right hand side, the top one of which is a cup. If you click on the cup, that will ask for the competition code. If you enter the code, it'll lock in the round that they're going to use. So it'll start a score for them, or bring up the screen that starts the score for them, and fill in a bunch of data, including the round, the arrows per end, etc. and they can then score that round. If they forget to do that, they can, however, score the same round as long as they're doing a Portsmouth and you're doing a Portsmouth, and they can edit the score afterwards and enter the competition code then. So either way, the competition code gets put in, and the result for you is you can see, sorry, a whole bunch of my test codes here, but I can see some rounds here. Frostbite Challenge, code was 2330. If I have a look at that competition, there's only one score. That was from me. It was a test score, but you'll get the idea. You'll see all of the scores from all of the people who used ExpertArcher to score that event. And again, you can PDF, CSV, or put a URL up to that. So that is it. It's a fairly basic dashboard, but it hopefully gives some useful features for club record officers.